Yugi boys, Yugi girls, welcome to another deck profile. Haven't done some deck profiles in a while. I've been dealing with some other stuff, so I couldn't make this my priority. But I'm gonna be making more videos soon. Um, so I want to talk about BA, 2020, 2021, New Year. So this deck, I will recommend people to pick this deck up. It's a sleeper deck. People don't know really how to play against it. It's good against the meta. It's still on the budget, even though honestly a lot of things have gone up. But you can still play this deck on a budget. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain the ratios of everything, because I love this deck. This deck is it's great. So we're playing 2 Skarm. So I actually always play 3, but there's a reason on this version of the deck to just play 2. We need Skarm to grind, to plus. The search is very, very valuable. Fresh off the ban list, we have 3 copies of Graph. So Graph has been both Graph and 3 copies, of course, of Seer. This has made confuse a lot of people, because it's been a good thing that we got Graph and Seer basically almost a full power, but people don't know how to do ratios now, because when you play Phantom Knights and you start adding like 3 of these, or 2 of these, 2 of these, that's not exactly good. That doesn't really do anything, because you don't want to draw either in that version. But in pure BA, sorry, new sleeves, see that they're all slickery. In pure BA, triple of these guys is incredible. Also, because we have triple Seer, we could revive a Skarm if we really need the search. So we don't really need to play 3, but we still could. 3 copies of Farfa. Your preference. Blanking Zeus could change games. If you think 3 is too much, drop a Farfa, play a 3 Skarm. But you should own 3 copies of all this BAs, because later on you're gonna be playing around with your own different ratios. Then we have for the one-offs, 1 Livic. Is specials from the hand. Later on, when we're grinding, when we don't have room for stuff, this is how we special BAs from our hand. Alec to his effect veiler. Calcaf to bounce a spell or trap that's face down. Then I'm playing a Rubik because he's a tuner. And Barbar. I always play Barbar. Every time I don't play Barbar, I regret it. So that's all the BAs that I'm playing. 2 Finish Rhino. A lot of people just cut this card, and honestly, you don't need this anymore. But the version that I'm playing needs this card, because it has multiple purposes. It thins the deck, that's one thing. It can search us. It essentially gets anything we want to the graveyard, and it lets us send stuff other than BAs, because it sends a fiend to the grave. So I'm playing 2. Then we're playing triple tour guide, of course. So the thing about tour guide, right? We don't want to, if we draw tour guide, we don't want to normal summon it and hope it goes through. That's not what we want to do. We'd rather special 2 BAs and do our whole combo that way, and save this for later to put pressure on our opponent. Because we're not playing cards like Hagamusha Knight or the Psychic Wielders or Dangers or Extenders. If this gets Ash, Veiler, Imperm, Gamma, whatever. I mean, Gamma's kind of good, because doesn't Gamma destroy? I think so, but 3, and then playing 3 Ash, and I'm playing 3 Droll. if you want, instead of 2 draw, you could play either Ghost Spell or Skullmeister or Diddy Crow. But it's just the people that I play with. So when I go to locals and stuff like that, a lot of people are playing decks that hurt. So this is kind of like my locals call to give me a little bit of an edge. Then 2, we're playing the trap version of the deck. 2 Blackjack. This is where we play Rhino. This is also where we play 2 Skarm. Sometimes we send this, right? And then we look at the top 3 of our deck, and if we hit a trap, then we don't search for Skarm, because sometimes we rather have the plus of Blackjack than the plus that Skarm will give us. But sometimes we send Blackjack to the graveyard and we don't hit a trap, so then there's no point. So we do Skarm in that sense. So 2 Blackjack, and then I'm playing 2 Trap Trick, and then I'm playing triple Dynamiscus. Dynamiscus is a great trap in general. This is kind of my meta call. I know some people already talked about this, but I've been doing this for a while. Dimensional Barrier. We essentially, if we know who we're playing against, what we're playing against, this completely blanks their turn. Then, because I'm on a budget, a little bit of a budget, I'm playing the triple Bottomless Trap Hole. This would have been Ice Dragon's Prison, but I'm not gonna pay $40 for 3 copies of Ice Dragon's Prisons. I'd rather prevent things from happening, right, than dealing with the problem later on. There's other ways too. If this is not enough, there's other things we can do to deal with problematic boards, because this deck surprisingly grinds really well. And then Torrential Tribute, because it's great, this format. And as you can see, most of these cards are budget. Like, you can get all this stuff. These are commons. These do come in a common version, and they're only like $1 or something. These do come in a there's an ultra of this, and there's actually I think there's only just, there might be a common, but I'm not sure. But it is budget. And then Trap Trick got reprinted, and it's also budget. So the whole deck, except the Grafts and the Seers, I think the Grafts and the Seers are like $3-4 each. But like, honestly, the deck is so good that if you don't own this deck, I would do that, man. I would definitely buy BA. 2 Dante. You can play 3 if you want to. Dante. There's a common version of Dante, so there's a still budget options for the deck, man. I highly recommend. I'm gonna do a video of top 5 budget decks, and this is probably gonna be number 1. But so Break Sword. 1 Break Sword, because sometimes we want to force people to activate their negates and activate their cards. So Break Sword's a good card. We have Lavier here. This is kind of the reason is here. We do Bar sometimes, and we want to kind of recycle some stuff. That's pretty much it. It's another option for rank 3. Then I don't own what's his name, Access Code Talker. I don't own Zeus. I'm probably gonna get that card later. This should be a Zeus, but I don't have a Zeus yet. So I'm just playing this just to flash on people. It's just an old ulti. Number 20 Giga Brilliant. It just boosts all your dudes permanently 300 attack. It's funny. It's a funny card, it's just a funny card to flex on. Then I'm playing the Beatrice, the Pilgrim, and I am playing, because I'm playing Synchro, I am playing Virgil. Now not a lot of people play this. This card is great. People don't know that once per turn, you can discard 1 burn of this card, then tie one card your opponent controls, or in their graveyard, shuffle into the deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by a battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. So, like, if this is good, it's against some people are playing cards like to banish graveyards and stuff. So this is kind of like not a tech. If you want a different synchro like Brio or Coral Dragon, you could. I just like Virgil. Then we're playing 3 Seer, so we have to play now Gravity Controller, because we can make a Dante here if we draw the Seer special on whatever BA, and then we link them away to this, get back the Dante and the Seer to make a Beatrice. So, and hopefully set some traps, had some hand traps. Two Cherubini. I'm playing 2 because we need to grind. IP Masquerena. You know, IP is just like a great card, and I'm playing, of course, the Unicorn. I'm convinced that every deck should play a Unicorn. Unicorn shuffles any card on the field, so sometimes you can shuffle your own cards, and that can come up. Borlo Dragon. This is kind of how I deal with Dragoons. I bait the negate, and then I try to make a Borlo Dragon and steal the Dragoons, or make a Avramax. But same thing, we need to bait the negate. And if you use smart play, you should be able to do that. Let's go over my side deck. So for my side deck, I'm actually playing different Dimension Ground, because a lot of decks just pass. Like you have your Beatrice, you have your traps, you have a hand trap. They do some moves, and then you flip Dimensional Ground at a key moment when they can't really like do anything after that. You know, the whole deck just kind of crumbles. Dark Ruler No More. These 2 cards are also budget. This is like maybe $1 or less. This guy became a common, so I will pick this up if you don't have Dark Ruler No More already. Completely shuts down going second decks. Going first decks. Triple Cosmic Cyclone for Dogmatica Eldritch, and just like good trap decks that are out there and do exist. I would play a Heavy Storm Duster. Harpies for the Duster, but I don't own it. Lancia. I will heavily suggest you guys to pick up Lancia. Lancia doesn't let your opponent banish cards. Dino, Phantom Knights, the new decks, the Diatron, it's over. Like Lancia is a key card, and then we have 3 copies of Evenly Match, and that's for my side deck. So sorry I haven't posted in a while. Just been dealing with some stuff, but this is how I think that we should be playing BA at the moment. I'm gonna make a different version. There's gonna be a Phantom Knights version. But honestly, guys, Phantom Knights and BA, they used to be these decks that you play together, but things have changed. It's better if we play them separately, and I want to kind of explain that on the Phantom Knights video. There is a way to play both Phantom Knights and how you say, both Phantom Knights and BA, but it's not the same, guys. It became a sort of a curse to have triple Beatrice. I wish triple Graph, triple Seer, triple Tour Guide. People don't understand the ratios, man. And I think that's that deserves a whole video on its own, because there are so many different versions, and they all are good. They just offer different things. What this version of the deck does, it offers a lot of grinding, and we slowly plus. And if you just know the matchup, you know the other decks, you're gonna very well succeed with this. Well, thank you very much, guys. I'll be uploading some other stuff soon. So talk to you soon. Bye bye.